Deep in the forest, 3 bears lived in a small cottage, where every morning followed a strict, predictable pattern. It was a home built on specific routines, from the way they arranged their furniture to the way they prepared their breakfast. That breakfast was always porridge, a simple oat soup that requires a precise balance of heat and time to get the consistency right. On this particular morning, the porridge was steaming. It was far too hot to eat, so rather than sit and wait, the bears decided to take a walk through the woods while it cooled. They left the bowls right there on the table, leaving the house unoccupied, but fully prepared for their return. With the bears gone, the cottage fell silent. Everything remained exactly where they had placed it. The chairs lined up, the beds made, and the 3 bowls of porridge slowly dropping in temperature. This departure left the cottage in a unique state. The doors were unlocked, the table was set, and for the first time that morning, the bears' carefully maintained environment was entirely open to the outside world. That's when Goldilocks arrived. She found the house in the woods and knocked on the door. When no one answered, she didn't turn back. She stayed at the threshold, looking into a home that wasn't hers. She took the final step and walked inside. There was no one there to stop her, so she moved toward the kitchen, drawn by the smell of the porridge on the table. She began a series of tests. The first bowl was too hot and burned her tongue. The second was too cold. Then she hit the third bowl, and the temperature was just right. She ate the entire bowl. It was the first time she had taken something that didn't belong to her, choosing the bowl that best suited her immediate hunger. After eating, she wandered into the living room. She was tired and looking for a place to rest, leading her to 3 chairs. She tried the first 2, but they didn't fit. One was too large, the other was still too big. She went through each one, filtering for the chair that matched her own size. Goldilocks was now moving through the house with a specific goal, finding furniture that matched her own proportions. By the time she reached the smallest chair, her focus was entirely on her own physical relief, rather than the fact that she was still in someone else's home. She sat in the smallest chair, and for a moment it was exactly what she wanted. But the wood couldn't support her, and the chair shattered into pieces, leaving her sitting on the floor in the middle of the wreckage. She didn't try to fix it or even seem bothered by the destruction. She was simply too tired to care about the broken chair, so she moved upstairs to find a place to sleep. In the bedroom, she repeated her process of elimination. She lay on the first bed, which was too hard, and the second, which was too soft. The third bed was the perfect middle ground. It met her needs exactly, and within moments, she was fast asleep. Just a few feet away, the smallest chair lay in pieces on the floor. But with her immediate need for rest satisfied, Goldilocks had fallen into a deep sleep, seemingly unaware of the damage she'd caused, or the fact that the owners of the bed would soon be home. The bears returned from their walk to find their front door open. The morning routine they had carefully set in motion had been interrupted. They went to the table and saw the spoons out of place. Papa Bear and Mama Bear realized immediately that someone had been eating their porridge. Baby Bear looked at his bowl and found it completely empty. The meal he had been waiting for was gone, consumed by someone who wasn't supposed to be there. They moved to the living room and found the broken wood. It was clear now that this wasn't just a visitor. It was someone who had physically damaged their home. They climbed the stairs to the bedroom. They saw the messed up blankets on the first 2 beds, and then they saw the third bed, where Goldilocks was still sleeping. Goldilocks woke up to find 3 bears staring down at her. She screamed, jumped out of the bed, and ran down the stairs as fast as she could. She bolted out the door and disappeared into the trees, never looking back. Finding exactly what you want in someone else's space might feel right in the moment, but that comfort comes at a price. In the end, Goldilocks left behind broken furniture and an empty bowl, and she lost the very house she had tried so hard to make herself at home in.